Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, park guest. It is I, your host, Britton Gamer, here to talk with you more about what we've received with Jurassic World Evolution 3. Now, there has been a little bit of a change. Now, I don't know if this is for sure, but I was looking at the pre-order for Jurassic World Evolution 3 on the PlayStation 5, which I finally pre-ordered. And I was reading through, and it says on here, with over 80 awe-inspiring prehistoric species, 75 of which allow you to manage, breed, and nurture families of dinosaurs across the entire generation, rear them from playful juveniles and awe-inspiring adults, each with distinct female, male, and juvenile variants. Now, the reason I bring that up is because originally we were told that only 70 of them could breed amongst of the full 80. Now, I counted about 9 dinosaurs that shouldn't be able to breed, and that was the Indominus Rex, the Indoraptor, the Scorpius Rex, the Spinoraptor, the Ankylodocus, Stegoceratops, and the Spinospinotera, whatever. I think that it could be a bit of an issue on two different things coming off two different companies here, reading off two separate things. I think Steam says 70, and for some reason PlayStation 5 says 75. Now, one of the biggest issues that I want to bring to your guys' attention is something that that's already been discussed, really, is the choice of what they're doing, cutting back to 80 species versus what we originally have in Evolution, Evolution 2, which is about 120 or such. So they are removing about 40 species, which we already knew. Excuse me. And unfortunately, we are not aware of what species they are removing. What we do know, however, is that 2 species that we currently have in Evolution 2 right this minute, the Thanatos Draken and the, Concavinator, those 2 species which we already have in game, one of which was just given to us with the last DLC for Evolution 2 in its lifespan. They're in the bonus, the deluxe edition. Originally, what they did with the deluxe edition for Jurassic World Evolution 2 was they gave us pretty much 1 species for each type. So we had a herbivore, a carnivore, a pterosaur, and an aquatic reptile. I don't believe we did any others past that. So they're giving us 4 again. However, they're only giving us an herbivore, a carnivore, a pterosaur, and I'm already drawing a blank. 2 carnivores and an herbivore and a pterosaur. So we're not getting an aquatic species for some reason. We do know that the aquatics are coming back, and based off one of the DLC images that we're getting for the pre-order bonus is, I would say, Megalodon is going to be one of those base animals, thank goodness. So it's going to be kind of a guess on the, what are we going to be getting base animal-wise. I'm sure that the DLCs may bring even more species to the game. So hopefully, if we ended Evolution 2's lifespan with 120 species, hopefully we'll end Evolution 3 with more than 120 species. That is asking a lot, because you do now have to, 1, create juveniles for these animals, and 2, create juveniles for these animals. That's going to be a lot. Now, one of the biggest downfalls is a lot of people are kind of just accepting that, kind of like we're not going to be getting the Cenozoic animals. Now, we don't know 100% that is true, but I feel like that being such a major topic, they cover all the major topics in their first trailer. The first major topic, of course, was baby dinosaurs. And then they wanted to hammer home the customization for each park that you can do, such as terrain, which looks amazing, and then the different styles of buildings you can do. We have modular building now, like in Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, so that's going to be kind of stressful for me as a console player. It probably won't be nearly as stressful on the PC when I get that, because I'm going to pre-order both as we go, but I wanted to pre-order the console one first, and then I'll pre-order the PC one later. So there's a lot to look at in terms of what species are we going to be getting cut? Unfortunately, is it going to be kind of like, the day the game drops, we kind of get into our roster and we're looking back and forth at each game going, okay, why didn't we move like the Sinoceratops over or something? Let's that not just, going off the top of my head. What particular dinosaurs are we not going to get right out the gate? So the biggest problem with that is them pulling dinosaurs from the base game, and, well, I wouldn't say base game, pulling dinosaurs from what we already received through expansions or DLCs, and then putting them in paid DLC again. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. That would be like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. It is 100% a cash grab and a money grab and trying to figure out, okay, and I know they have to plan this out. This isn't just a, let's go ahead and grab what we can and then just, they'll pay for it again. They'll pay for it, no problem. So what, we have to repeat a few dinosaurs in different DLCs. We'll just add a lot of stuff so that way they have no choice but to buy it again. That's kind of the way it looks. Now, again, from a business standpoint, kind of stinks. But as I read through here, we have, nurture generations of dinosaurs. So we get, taking breeding into consideration, bringing in the discussion of all 80 species starting off. And then manage unique social needs and observe brand new behaviors with semi-aquatic dinosaurs venturing into deep waters and pterosaurs walking on land. So it is 100% confirmed that we are getting animals that are going to be able to go semi-aquatic, which opens up an entire new realm of possibilities of what we can do or what animals they will be giving us in the near future. I would say definitely the crocodilians are going to be involved. And I am very, very excited for the rebirth Spinosaurus. I am. It has grown on me more and more every second. And the more I look at this beauty right here, I'm 100% here for it. So semi-aquatics, we now know all of these are going to be in there, but what animals are going to be semi-aquatic is going to be the question. I'm going to say T-Rex. I would love to see a T-Rex like paddling through the water like a giant iguana like he does in this movie. The one thing that has got me kind of curious is the type of fencing we can do. So if we do have underwater we have deeper water now that we're able to do this with, do we have any glass fencing that we can put so that way you can go from up here on land and then kind of go down a path, and then you go and you can see underwater and you can see your Spinosaurs go from the land to water, and you can look underwater like any zoo would, or your T-Rex. That would be freaking amazing. I would love to see that. But I'd say just the biggest deal or the biggest problem with this whole event so far is just taking animals already. We saw how people handled the hybrid DLC, and they thinking, well, let's just add one more hybrid, a new hybrid, and let's give all of them and all the previous hybrids the ability to have the bioluminescent, the Lux editions. And I think that's not gonna be enough this time around. You'd think they would have learned from their experience the last time they did this and how unhappy people were, because to be honest, that is still an expansion or a DLC that I have yet to purchase for Evolution 2. It's still, I'm looking right at it now to purchase it. And I haven't, because I'm not interested in it. But I know when I work on the PC version, I'm going to have to purchase it so that mods work well. And I just eventually I'm going to have to do it. So it's dirty. It stinks. But it's just, I don't know why they feel the need to do this. I know starting a game off with 120 species, that's got to be difficult. And then adding even more animals on top of that to, let's say you'd be looking at a game with a beginning roster, and I'm talking beginning roster, no DLCs, of like 140 dinosaurs. That's a lot. So I guess that's their way of doing it, maybe starting off. Some people have been asking if they're going to add most of the animals back through free updates. That would be their smartest move. Free updates with bringing back 2 or 3, maybe even 4 or 5 dinosaurs at a time. And just being like, all right, here's 5 more dinosaurs down the road. Here's 5 more. Here's whatever for free DLC or free content updates. Or just at least 2 at a time, just something. But hard telling. Let me know what you guys think below on this matter. Do you guys think it's a dirty dirty move? I think it is, but I don't know. I'm not a businessman. Let me know what you guys think below. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. And until then, I will see you guys in the next video. This is Burning Gamer, signing out.